Dear ladies and gentlemen, there's a voice that calls us higher, a voice that says, you were not born just to be liked. You were born to be led by purpose, not applause. We live in a time where likes have become currency and followers have become validation. But here's the truth. Popularity fades, purpose endures. Purpose holds steady when trends shift, when opinions change, when crowds walk away. Let me ask you today, are you chasing the cheers of people or the call of something deeper? Because one will fill your ego, but the other will fulfill your calling. You see, when you live for popularity, you become a puppet, pulled by the strings of what they think, what they say, what they post. But when you live on purpose, you become a pillar steady, unshaken, rooted. God didn't place you on this earth to win a popularity contest. He put something inside you that this world needs, not something polished, but something powerful. Your calling may not be flashy, it may not go viral, but it will go eternal. Stop chasing the crowd that can't see your destiny. Start chasing the mission that was written for you before they even knew your name. Popularity makes noise. Purpose builds legacy. And when you live for purpose, you don't need to announce yourself. Fruit speaks. Consistency testifies. Integrity echoes. Let them sleep on you. Let them misunderstand you. Let them scroll past your story. Because when purpose is your pursuit, peace becomes your path, and impact becomes your reward. 10 key points of the speech. Purpose gives direction, while popularity gives distraction. One anchors you to destiny, the other sways you with opinions. Popularity is based on perception. Purpose is rooted in identity. Don't trade who you are for who they want you to be. Living for purpose brings peace. Living for popularity brings pressure. The more you try to please everyone, the more you lose yourself. Purpose requires privacy. You don't need an audience to be obedient. Some of your most powerful moves will be in silence. Purpose doesn't always look pretty. It might cost you comfort, convenience, and even clout, but it will give you clarity. Popularity is seasonal. What they cheer today, they may cancel tomorrow, but purpose is eternal and unshakable. You're not called to fit in, you're called to stand out. When you follow purpose, you'll often walk alone, but never without direction. Your worth isn't determined by applause. It's confirmed by obedience. You're enough even if you're not noticed. Don't water down your calling to be liked. Influence built on popularity will collapse. Influence built on purpose will multiply. Purpose doesn't chase platforms, it builds people. It's not about spotlight, it's about significance, absolutely. Here's a ***, large, in-depth expansion of key point 1 *** from the speech ***, chase purpose, not popularity, ***, written in a *** Steven Furtick, inspired style ***, without subtitle or conclusion ***. There comes a moment in your life when you have to decide what you're going to let drive you. Compass of purpose or the craving for approval, because purpose will lead you on a path that isn't always glamorous. It won't always be met with applause. In fact, most of the time, the crowd won't understand it. They'll question it, they'll even mock it. But here's what you need to understand. Purpose is a whisper that won't let you sleep at night, while popularity is a shout that only lasts until someone else is trending louder than you. See, we've become addicted to validation. We post, we wait, we refresh the likes. We shape our identities based on the response of people who don't even know us, and worse, don't care about our destiny. But purpose isn't decided in public. It's discovered in the quiet places, when no one's watching, when no one's clapping, when you're still choosing to show up, pray up, level up even when no one else notices. When you're led by purpose, your why becomes stronger than your who's watching. You start to build something that isn't just seen, it's sustained ***. You start living for something deeper than the shallow compliments that popularity throws at you. Because the truth is, popularity is just performance, and performance is end. The stage lights turn off, the audience moves on, but purpose doesn't need a platform. Purpose doesn't need a spotlight. Purpose walks with you when you're unknown and keeps pushing you when you feel forgotten. Some of the most powerful things God will do in your life will not come with fanfare. They will not be live streamed. They will not be viral. They will be silent, sacred, and slow, but they will be solid. They will grow roots so deep that when the storms come, and you won't be moved. Why? Because you weren't standing on popularity. You were standing on purpose, and when you're driven by purpose, even rejection becomes redirection, even obscurity becomes obedience, even being overlooked becomes an opportunity to be refined, because your worth isn't in being known by many, it's in being obedient to one. So today, if you're wrestling between the two, if you're torn between the need to be seen and the call to be sent, choose purpose. Because one will entertain you for a moment, but the other will empower you for a lifetime. Absolutely. Here's a *** large expansion of key point 2 ** from the speech ***, chase purpose, not popularity, *** in a *** Steven Furtick, inspired style ***, without subtitle or conclusion. Sometimes the reason we feel so exhausted isn't because we're doing too much, it's because we're doing the wrong things. The wrong reasons. We're saying yes to everything just so we don't get left out. We're stretching ourselves thin just to stay relevant. We're chasing what looks good on the outside, but we're dying slowly on the inside. And the truth is, you can be admired by everyone and still feel empty because you're not aligned with your purpose. Purpose doesn't shout for attention. It doesn't have a megaphone or a marketing strategy. It won't trend on your timeline, but it will burn within your bones. And until you decide to stop living for people's applause, you'll always be a prisoner to their opinions. That's the trap of popularity, it keeps shifting. What's cool today is cancelled tomorrow. What's liked today is ignored the next. But purpose is unshakable. Purpose isn't about trying to fit in. It's about standing out with conviction, even if you stand alone. And here's the danger. When you chase popularity long enough, you start editing your identity. You start shrinking your authenticity. You water yourself down to become digestible. But in doing that, you dilute your destiny. Because you were never meant to be a copy. You were created to be a calling in motion. You weren't built for trends, you were built for transformation. But transformation only happens when you stop performing and start becoming. If you spend your life trying to impress people, you'll miss the very calling that was meant to impact people. And that's the difference. Popularity impresses, but purpose impacts. And impact isn't always loud. Sometimes it's unseen. Sometimes it's in the quiet moments of faithfulness, in the little steps of obedience, in the unseen sacrifices. That's where the real work of purpose is done. So ask yourself, are you living to be liked, or are you living to be led? Because one will leave you chasing a moving target, and the other will plant your feet in a mission that doesn't shift with culture. The more you pursue purpose, the more you realize that being popular is overrated. You weren't called to be famous, you were called to be faithful. You weren't chosen to be trendy, you were chosen to be transformational. And once you truly embrace that, the pressure to be noticed breaks off you. You begin to rest in the confidence that God didn't call you to impress the world, He called you to change it. Certainly. Here is a ***, large expansion of key point 3 *** from the speech ***, chase purpose, not popularity, ***, in a ***, Steven Furtick, inspired style ***, starting directly and excluding subtitle and conclusion. One of the greatest dangers in this generation is the confusion between visibility and value. Just because something is seen by many doesn't mean it holds true worth. We've been conditioned to believe that the number of likes equals the level of impact, that the louder someone shouts, the more truth they carry, that viral equals valuable. But let me tell you, purpose doesn't always go viral. It often grows in silence, in obscurity, in the places where nobody is watching but heaven is recording. We are so eager to be seen that we forget what it means to be sent. We want the platform, but we don't want the process. We want the glory without the grind, but true purpose, the kind that moves mountains and changes lives, isn't built in the spotlight. It's formed in the shadows. It's developed in the wilderness seasons where you feel unseen, unheard, and underappreciated. And yet, it's in those places where God is refining you, not for attention, but for assignment. When you chase popularity, your self-worth starts to rise and fall with your audience. You become addicted to affirmation, and suddenly, your confidence is on life support, depending on how many people clapped for you that day. But when you chase purpose, your identity is rooted in something deeper. It's no longer about who's watching, it's about who's working through you. You stop living for the crowd and start living from your calling. And here's something we rarely talk about. Popularity is exhausting. It demands constant maintenance. You've got to curate the image, monitor the perception, craft the brand, and smile even when you're breaking. But purpose sustains you. It energizes you. Because it's not something you have to manufacture, it's something you've been made for. It doesn't demand a performance, it invites your presence. The world might not clap when you step into your purpose, but that doesn't make it any less powerful. Because some of the most anointed people are the least acknowledged. Some of the most impactful work is never posted. Some of the strongest leaders are forged in isolation, not on stages. And when you begin to understand that, you're free from the pressure to prove, free from the need to be noticed, free to live for something that outlasts you. So many people spend their lives climbing ladders, leaning on the wrong wall, chasing promotions, applause, validation, only to get to the top and realize they're empty. But when you chase purpose, every step matters. Every struggle becomes a lesson. Every setback becomes a setup. You don't have to be famous to be effective. You don't need a following to be faithful. All you need is the courage to be who God called you to be, even if nobody claps for it. Absolutely. Here's a *** large expansion of key point 4 ** from the speech ***. Chase purpose, not popularity, ***, in a *** Steven Furtick. Inspired voice ***, starting directly and excluding subtitle and conclusion. You were never designed to be a copy. You were never called to fit in, blend in, or shrink down to make others comfortable. Yet when you chase popularity, that's exactly what begins to happen. You start editing yourself for acceptance. You start diluting your purpose to match what people want instead of who God called you to be. But chasing purpose, real, raw, God-given purpose, requires bold authenticity. And that kind of authenticity is rare in a world full of filters. You see, popularity will always try to convince you that you need to become more like them. That you've got to sound a certain way, dress a certain way, think a certain way, just to earn a seat at the table. But purpose builds the table. Purpose doesn't ask for permission, it walks in with conviction. When you chase purpose, you're not waiting to be accepted because you've already been appointed. You're not looking for validation because you've already been called. There's a war going on inside so many people, the war between who they truly are and who they think they have to be liked. That war will weigh you down. It will drain your spirit, because every time you compromise your true self for the sake of fitting in, you disconnect from the power God placed inside of you. You cannot fulfill a divine assignment while living off human approval. That's why some of you feel stuck, not because you lack calling, but because you've been trying to carry it in someone else's costume. Let me tell you something, purpose will ask you to stand out when the crowd sits down. It will call you to walk away from applause so you can walk into alignment. It will require you to do things that are misunderstood, overlooked, or even criticized. But that's where growth happens. That's where real transformation begins. Because you were made to influence, not to impress. Your calling is not to echo culture, it's to shift it. When you chase popularity, your focus is outward, what do they think of me? But when you chase purpose, the focus turns inward, what is God doing in me? And that shift will change your entire life. It will give you peace in storms, clarity in chaos, and boldness in the face of rejection. Because when you're aligned with your purpose, you're no longer desperate for a platform. You become a platform, a place where God's glory can be seen. Let the world keep chasing trends, you chase truth. Let them chase image, you chase integrity. Because at the end of the day, purpose won't always make you popular, but it will make you powerful. And that power doesn't come from the crowd, it comes from your creator, certainly. Here's a *** large detailed expansion of key point 5 ** from the speech ** chase purpose, not popularity *** in a ** Steven Furtick inspired style ** starting directly and avoiding any subtitle or conclusion. There will come a time in your life when purpose demands isolation before it releases elevation. And that's the part no one wants to talk about. That in between the calling and the fulfillment, there is a valley, a season where you feel hidden, overlooked, maybe even forgotten. But let me tell you something. It's in that hidden place where purpose is forged. It's in that quiet space where your identity gets anchored. See, popularity is loud, but purpose is often silent. Popularity puts you on stages, but purpose builds your character in shadows. You don't plant a seed and expect fruit the next morning. That seed has to break. It has to go through darkness. It has to be buried before it can ever become what it was meant to be. And some of you are in that buried season not because God has rejected you, but because He's protecting what He's planted in you. You want exposure, but God is working on your endurance. You want recognition, but God is building your roots. Here's what I've learned. Purpose doesn't just promote you, it prepares you. Because the truth is, if the spotlight hits you before you're ready, it will expose your cracks instead of your calling. But when you allow God to refine you in the waiting, shape you in the quiet, and humble you in the unseen places, then when the time comes to stand before kings, you'll stand in strength, not ego. You can't microwave destiny. You can't rush divine timing. And every time you compare your journey to someone else's highlight reel, you risk aborting what God is doing uniquely inside of you. Because you don't know what they had to lose to get there. You don't know what they had to survive to shine. And what's worse, if you chase their path instead of your own purpose, you might end up successful in a life you were never created to live. So let God work in the waiting. Let Him strip away what's false and strengthen what's true. You're not behind, you're not late. You're in training. And what He's doing in this season, the discipline, the pain, the stretching, it's not punishment. It's preparation. You're not buried, you're planted. And when the time is right, when your heart is right, when your character is ready, purpose will call your name, and no platform, no person, and no power in hell will be able to stop it.